Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah and very good morning, my dear students. So, today in this revision series, we are going to see polynomials. Okay, so yeah, today we are going to see about polynomials. Okay, in polynomials, uh, this is the second chapter of grade 10, and in polynomials, after polynomials, inshallah, if everything is fine, then we will go with linear equations in two variables and quadratic equations. Okay, so today itself, but I fear I have meeting. I don't know after 11 o'clock. So, anyways, let us see how it works. So today we are going to see about in this session we are going to see the main concepts of polynomials, and also what do you call it as, the main concept of polynomials, and also the previous year question paper and questions. Okay, and some of the questions which are related to the main concepts. And I feel inshallah, once you if you practice all the questions which I have given in the description, I have given a link in the description, and if you do that questions, I think they are enough, and inshallah 100% questions will be asked within these concepts. Okay, and let me tell you, whenever you see my video, I know it will be in a slow pace, so you try to watch it in 1.25x, so then it will be faster and you can also understand. Try to understand the question, write it down, write the question, and after listening, pause the video and do it by yourself. Only listening will not help out. Yesterday, one of my student also did the same. So he had listened the whole set of problems and he was happy. But after that, in the afternoon, when I asked him to do, so he had a question mark in his face. So it happens, my dear students. Practice is very, very, very important. Once this video is over, so please write down the questions and practice. I will update the questions also, whichever I am explaining over here. So let us see. Today we are going to see, okay, we are going to see about the chapter 2, polynomials. Okay, so what is a polynomial? What is a polynomial? Whoever is the student online, can you please check whether my audio and video are okay and fine? Perfect. Can you please tell me the answer? Am I audible? Are you able to hear me? Am I audible? If you are sending messages in WhatsApp, okay, thank you, Afif. So what is a polynomial? So polynomial is an expression which is in the form of which you have variables. Understood? You have variables and a constant. Okay, it is a mathematical expression which can be in the form of you can call it as a1 x to the power of n plus a2 x to the power of n minus 1 plus a3 x to the power of n minus 2 plus so on. It's constant. Okay, so this is the form of polynomial. Okay, and now we don't study this, and we study in grade 10 we study two polynomials, so three polynomials. So linear polynomial and quadratic polynomial and cubic polynomial. So we study linear, quadratic and cubic polynomial. So let me explain you what is linear polynomial. Linear polynomial is a polynomial. It is a polynomial with degree 1. With degree 1. So now you may wonder what is degree 1. So those who know, it's fine. Those who doesn't know, degree is the highest power of the variable. It is the highest power of the variable. Okay. So now, and quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial is a polynomial with degree 2. Okay, that means the highest power of the variable will be 2. And what is it? I will show you. And what is cubic? If the degree is 3, so then it is called as cubic polynomial. You remember, right? For example, for linear polynomial, let me go from cubic polynomial. Okay, you have degree 3. That means what? It will be in the form of ax cubed plus bx square plus cx plus d. So that means what here? You have cube for x and square for x and a constant term. Understood? A, B, C, D are called the coefficients of the given variable x. Okay, these are called as coefficients. These are called as coefficients, and B is also a coefficient, C is also a coefficient. And generally, we write a polynomial in the decreasing order of the degree. Since cubic polynomial, it has degree 3. That means highest degree of the variable is 3. So therefore, it will be a into x cubed plus b into x square plus c into x plus d. This is cubic polynomial. Okay. Now let us go to quadratic polynomial. As I said, quadratic polynomial, the degree is 2. So that means highest power is 2. Highest power is 2. Here it is ax square plus bx plus c. So you have 3 terms over here, maximum 3 terms. Okay, ax square plus bx plus c. You can have any values for a, b, c. Okay, c can be 0, b can be 0. But remember, for degree 2 quadratic polynomial, a cannot be 0. Understood? And in the same way here, cubic polynomial, the coefficient of cube, x cube, cannot be 0. Understood? So this is quadratic polynomial. This is quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c. In grade 10, we are going to maximum, matlab 90% we are going to use this. So quadratic polynomial. And this is the standard form. This is called the standard form of polynomial. Please note it down. Ax square plus bx plus c, it is the standard form of the quadratic polynomial. And what is a linear polynomial? Linear polynomial has a degree 1. So it can be a number. So what did we study here? We have studied that polynomials. Polynomials are the mathematical expressions which are in the form of a1 into x to the power of n plus a2 into x to the power of n minus 1 plus a3 into x to the power of n minus 3, so on till constant terms. And everything can be 0. Understood? A, B, C can have any number of values, but a1 cannot be 0. Okay, if you are talking about that particular polynomial. Okay, so linear polynomial degree is 1. It is in the form of ax plus b. And quadratic polynomial degree is 2, ax square plus bx plus c. And cubic polynomial degree is 3, x cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Okay, a, b, c and d, these are the coefficients, and d is also a coefficient. Okay, understood, my dear students? So please, this is very important. The standard form of quadratic polynomial, it is ax square plus bx plus c. This is what we are going to study. Now we have studied about polynomials. Now which mathematical expressions cannot be a polynomial? So there are some mathematical expressions. That means you can have variable and constants also, but they may not be polynomials. So which kind of polynomials? In order to be not a polynomial, Okay, you have two criteria. So the degree, the power, the exponent of variable. If the exponent of variable is a negative power, if the exponent of the variable is a negative power, then that particular expression cannot be called as a polynomial. For example, what is the example, my dear students? 3x square plus 2 into x to the power of minus 1, okay, plus 5. So this is not a polynomial because it has a negative power, and also you should not have a fraction. The exponent of the variable cannot be a fraction. For example, if you have 5x to the power of 3 by 2 plus 2 into x square plus x minus 5. See, these are okay. X square is fine. X to the power of, if nothing, power is not there, then the power is 1. So it can also be okay. So, but, and 5, it is a constant. Okay. So it is a constant term. So this is also fine because 5 into 1. So you can write it as here actually x to the power of 0. So this also can be okay. But when coming to this, the power of the variable is fraction. So you cannot have a fraction as the exponent of the variable. So then in the same way, and now since we are talking about exponents of the variable, so it cannot be negative, and it also cannot be fraction. Okay. Now coming to the about the variable. So about the variable cannot be in denominator. So the variable cannot be in denominator. For example, if you have any mathematical expression x cubed by 3 plus 2 by x plus 5, so it cannot be a polynomial. See here, please remember, my dear students. So here it is x cube, it is in numerator. Okay, so this term is fine. You can have the constants in the denominator, that is fine, but you cannot have variable in the denominator. So then it is not a polynomial. Understood? So it is not a polynomial. And in the same way, and the variable cannot be under root. Okay. So for example, it cannot be 3 root x plus 5. This cannot be a polynomial. Okay. 3 root 5 is okay because it is a constant polynomial, but 3 root x cannot be a polynomial. Okay. Root cannot, a variable cannot have a root. Understood? So this is not a polynomial. So what are these conditions are for not a polynomial. Not a polynomial. This question can also be asked for 1 mark. This question can be asked for 1 mark. Okay, they can give you any polynomial, whether it is cubic, quadratic, biquadratic, anything they can give you, but they will ask which is not a polynomial. So in order not to be a polynomial, the exponent of the variable cannot be negative power and also a fraction. And after that, coming to that variable part, variable cannot be in denominator and variable cannot be a surd. Okay, it cannot have the variable cannot have a root. Understood? So these are not polynomials. Now, what is the next concept? Degree. We have seen the highest power of the variable. It is called as degree. And what is the next one? Value of the variable. Suppose, for example, from here onwards, your questions are starting, concepts are over. So let us see the value of the variable. value of the polynomial. Sorry, value of the polynomial. Okay, value of the polynomial. What is the value of the polynomial? Suppose, let us say, as I said in this chapter, we go through what? Uh, Sorry, give me 1 minute. We go through a quadratic polynomial. Actually, I have to inform one. So we go through quadratic. We use quadratic polynomial a lot. Okay, we use we use quadratic polynomial a lot in our in this chapter. Okay. So what is quadratic polynomial? What is the standard form of quadratic polynomial? What is standard form of quadratic polynomial? What is standard form of quadratic polynomial, my dear students? We have seen just now. Huh. Sorry, I had to message somebody. So anyway, what is the value of a what is the standard form of a quadratic polynomial? The standard form of a quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c. Understood? Ax square plus bx plus c is the standard form of polynomial. Please write it down from now onwards. And here, what are A, B, C? A, B, C are the coefficients, are called as coefficients. And now, let us take, for example, any polynomial p of x is equal to 3x square minus 2x plus 5. 3x square minus 2x plus 5. This is called as a polynomial, quadratic polynomial. And what is 3? What is 3? When you compare these two, x, the coefficient of x square is a. What is coefficient of x square here? A is equal to 3. Got it? So, and what is b? B is coefficient of x. So what is coefficient of x over here? Minus 2. And what is constant term? C? 5. 3 comma minus 2 comma 5. So a is equal to 3, b is equal to minus 2 and c is equal to 5. These are called as the coefficients. These are called as the coefficients of the coefficients of the polynomial 3x square minus 2x plus 5. Okay. Now let us see. Now let us go for value of the polynomial. What is the value of the polynomial? For example, let us take p of x is equal to x square minus 3x plus 2. X square minus 3x plus 2. Now, in place of x, if you keep, for example, 0. Okay. So, what is p of 0? P of 0, you please write along with me. Okay. P of 0 is equal to 0 square minus 3 into 0 plus 2. That is equal to, what is 0 square? 0 square is 0. 0 minus 3 into 0 is 0 plus 2. So the answer is 2. So P of 0 is equal to 2 is the value of this polynomial at x is equal to 0. Understood? Let us find out in the same way some more values. P of 1, when I take it is 1 square minus 3 into 1 plus 2. So that is equal to 1 minus 3 plus 2. That is equal to 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 minus 3, that is equal to 0. So the value of this particular polynomial p of x is equal to x square minus 3x plus 2 at x is equal to 1. What is the value? 0. So this is called. Now let us find out one more. P of 2. What is P of 2? 2 square. You substitute x is equal to 2 in the given polynomial. It is 2 square minus 3 into 2 plus 2. That is equal to, what is 2 square? 4 minus 3 2s are 6 and here plus 2 and add the positives. Okay, 4 plus 2 is 6. So 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. So here you got the value of p of x is equal to x square minus 3x plus 2 at x is equal to 2 is 0. This is called as value. Let us find one more, for example, p of minus 3. Let us use minus 3 now. So it can be x square minus 3 square. Is it right? Minus 3 square minus 3 into minus 1 plus 2. Is it right? There is a mistake over here. So since it is minus 3 in place of x we are substituting minus 3. So you have to keep it in brackets, otherwise it will be a blunder mistake. Okay, so minus 3 whole square. Minus square is plus, so 3 square is 9 and minus of minus plus 3 ones are 3 plus 2. So 9 plus 3 12, 12 plus 2 14. So the value of the polynomial for at x is equal to minus 3 is 14. Understood, my dear students? So this is called as value of polynomial. So what is the value of polynomial of p of x is equal to x square minus 3x plus 2? At x is equal to 0, the value is 2. At x is equal to 1, the value is 0. At x is equal to 2, the value of the given polynomial is 0. And at x is equal to minus 3, the value of the polynomial is 14. Understood or not? So this is called the value. Whenever they ask you to find the value of the polynomial, you substitute the given value of the variable in the expression in the polynomial. You will get the value of the polynomial. Understood? So let us go for the next concept. So the next concept is very important concept. So the next concept is zero of the polynomial. The zero, what is the other name? Roots of the polynomial. So what are zeros and roots? See, for example, in this one we have done at p of 0, what is the value? 2. P of 1, the value is 0. P of 2, the value of the polynomial is 0. And p of minus 3, the value of the polynomial is 14. Is it right? So wherever, if the value of the polynomial is 0, that particular value of the variable is called the zero of the polynomial. So that means what is zero of the polynomial for this particular expression, this particular polynomial? What are zeros? Did you get 0 over here? No. So this is not. So we got zeros at these two places, right? So you got a 0 for which value? For x is equal to 1. And you got 0 for which value? For x is equal to 2. So therefore, what we write? Therefore, x is equal to 1, 2 are zeros of the polynomial, So this is very important. Okay, so you have to find the zeros. That question, the next question is coming. Okay, that is the next question. So what are zeros? Understood? If you substitute these values in the given polynomial, the value of the polynomial will become 0. So those values of the variable are called the zeros of the polynomial. That means they make polynomial 0. Okay, understood? So these are zeros and polynomials. Now the other word which we use for zeros is roots of the polynomial. Understood? And these zeros, there are two zeros, right? I'll come to that. So there are two zeros of the polynomial for this. So therefore we call it as alpha is equal to 1. The roots of the polynomial are denoted by alpha and beta. Okay. So do not get confused. Whenever they get sum of zeros, so it means alpha plus beta. When they say product of zeros, it is alpha into beta. Okay. Coefficients. What are coefficients? A, B, and C. A is the coefficient of x square, B is the coefficient of x, and C is the coefficient of x to the power of 0. Okay. So now I hope you understood the zeros of the polynomial. Now let us go to the next concept. What is the next concept? Number of zeros. How many zeros will a polynomial have? Yes. See, no need to simplify that. No need to find it. I'll just tell you, for a linear polynomial. For a linear polynomial, what is degree? Degree is 1. So therefore, how many zeros? 1 0. Understood? For linear polynomial, since the degree is 1, you have 1 0. And for quadratic polynomial, what is the degree? Degree is equal to 2. So therefore, how many zeros you will have? 2 zeros. Very, very important. This will be asked. And for a cubic polynomial, what is the degree? Degree is 3. Okay. So the 3 means how many zeros you will have? 3 zeros. So zeros are at most you will have for degree 1 you will have 1 0, and degree 2 you have 2 zeros, and degree 3 you have 3 zeros. Okay. The same question, instead of in words, they will ask you by showing the graph. So let me explain you how the graph of these 3 polynomials look like. For example, let me explain you for linear. For linear polynomial, it will be like this, a straight line. Okay, straight line is the straight line. It represents ax plus b is represented by a straight line. It can be anywhere. Okay, but it will be always straight. And if the polynomial is in x, so then how many zeros you will have for linear polynomial? 1 0, right? So wherever it touches the x-axis, those number of zeros you will have. For example, this 0 comma 0, it is 1 comma 0 and 2 comma 0. Okay, this point is 2 comma 0. So what is the 0 of this polynomial, of this particular polynomial? So the 0 is x is equal to 2, the x coordinate. Understood? X is equal to 2 is the 0 of the linear polynomial if the graph is given like that. Linear polynomial, it will have only one 0, right? It will have only 1 0. So now let us go to, so if it has 1 0, it will bisect the x-axis, it will intersect the x-axis at one point. It will intersect the x-axis at one point. Now let us go to quadratic polynomial. So what is quadratic polynomial? For quadratic polynomial, the degree is 2. So for degree is 2, that means the graph cuts the x-axis at how many places? 2 places. Is it right? So a graph can be like this. Okay, since it intersects the x-axis at 2 places, and the graph can also be like this. It is also a quadratic polynomial. Understood? And one more, you can have a quadratic polynomial like this. So it touches the x-axis at one point. So that means the two because this is called as parabola. This is called as parabola, and quadratic equation you have parabolas. You have parabolas, and the graph is called as parabola. So the number of places it intersects is those many zeros will be available. Okay, and now it touches only at one point. It touches the x-axis at one point. That means what? Both the zeros will have the same values. So for example, let us write here alpha is equal to beta is equal. Let us say 1, 2, 3. So alpha is equal to 3 and 1, 2, 3. Let us say minus 4. So you have two zeros. Okay. And here, my dear students, so let us say it is 1, 2, 3, 3 and it is 4. So it is in between 3 and 5. So therefore x is equal to 3.5 and alpha is equal to 3.5. Beta is equal to 1, 2, 3. So it can be 3 minus 3. Okay, but now here it touches only at one point, so that too it is at origin. So alpha is equal to 0 and beta is equal to 0. Same point. Understood? Alpha is equal to 0 and beta is equal to 0. Or it can touch anywhere. Let us say it is 1 and 2. So alpha is equal to 2 and beta is equal to 2. So you have same zeros. In quadratic equations we have already studied. So it can have two same zeros also. Distinct and same. So they are equal roots. Okay. It can be. And some of the zero polynomials will be like this. They do not touch x-axis. They do not touch x-axis. So that means it doesn't have any zeros. This quadratic polynomial doesn't have any zeros. Understood or not? The value of the polynomial cannot be zero at any time. Understood, my dear student? So by this is quadratic polynomial. We have seen linear polynomial. For linear polynomial, it is a straight line, and for quadratic polynomial, it will be a parabola. And the number of places it intersects the x-axis is number of zeros. This diagram can be given and can be asked. Okay. So and diagram can be asked. Okay, fine. Now let us see cubic polynomial. So that means you have studied. See, for quadratic polynomial, for maximum, how many roots it can have? 2, and it can have 1 also. That means same. We have seen here, and also we may not have even 1 0. That means at most we will have 2. Okay, and in the same way, let us see cubic polynomial. Cubic polynomial, it has 1 minute. So that also can be okay. So this is cubic polynomial. So this how many places it touches the graph x-axis? It intersects the x-axis at 3 places. So you have how many zeros? 3 zeros. Understood or not? And you can have even 2. Just now I have drawn. You can touch it here. So you will have 2 zeros, and you may have even 1 0 also, like this. So for a cubic polynomial, it can be at most 3 zeros, 2 zeros, or even 1 0. So what 2 zeros means what? 2 distinct, and the third one is the same. Okay, like here. So for example, let us take it as 1 and 2. So 1 0 is 2 and another 0 is 1 and third 0 is 1. So total 3 zeros. Cubic polynomial 3 zeros. But distinct, I am talking about distinct. Here 3 distinct zeros and here 2 distinct zeros and 1 is same. and here zeros, all the zeros are same. Understood? That means 1 0. Only 1 0, but all the three will be the same. Understood? Cubic polynomial will have 3 zeros. So at most 3, 2 and 1 it can have. So this is about the graph. They may ask you by giving the graph, how many zeros does it have? How many zeros does it have? If it is a parabola and if it is touching x-axis, then it has 2 zeros. Quadratic polynomial, it has, if it is a parabola, it has 2 zeros, but it can be 1. That means the same, both the zeros are same. Understood or not? And if it is a cubic polynomial, and if it is a cubic polynomial, so it can have 3 zeros at most, 2 zeros, and even 1 zero. So, like what is that called as? Quadratic polynomials are called will have a parabola, right? Okay, that graph is called as parabola. But the cubic graph are called as trivalent graphs. So it has how many zeros? At most 3 or 2 or 1. Understood or not? So these are the concepts, and the last concept is the zeros and the relation between zeros and coefficients. So what are zeros, my dear students? Zeros of the polynomial are alpha and beta. Okay, and what are coefficients? I am talking about ax square plus bx plus c. Quadratic polynomial. Okay, ax square. It has 2 zeros, alpha and beta. And what about coefficients? Coefficients will be a comma b comma c. Okay, a is the coefficient of x square and b is the coefficient of x and c is the coefficient, it is the constant. So what is the relation between zeros and the coefficient? So sum of zeros is equal to alpha plus beta, right? Sum means alpha plus beta. And coming to coefficient, sum of zeros, alpha plus beta, it is equal to minus b by a. Minus b by a. And product of zeros. Product of zeros is equal to c by a. Product of zeros is equal to c by a. This is very, very important. Most of the problems from polynomials will come from this concept. Okay, alpha plus beta and alpha beta. So now let us dive into problems. Okay, let us see the problems, how it will be asked. The concepts are over. What are the concepts? Zeros of the polynomial and coefficients of the polynomial and the relation between coefficients and zeros. Okay, so let us see. Let us see some of the problems which can be asked. So graphs are very important. They will show you graphs and they will ask you. Now give me 1 second. Now the relation between zeros and coefficients. Okay, so many problems will be asked. Most of the problems. Now we have seen how to find out. Let us see the first question. Let me make it easier for you. If alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial, what is the polynomial? The first question. So polynomial p of x is equal to, or p of x is equal to kx square minus 30x plus 45k. And what is given here? And alpha plus beta is equal to alpha beta. Alpha plus beta is equal to alpha beta. So we have to find k. What is given here? The polynomial is given kx square minus 30x plus 45k, and here he has not given anything. He has given only this relation. Okay, alpha plus beta is equal to alpha beta. You have to find k. Here, what is alpha beta? Sum of zeros. And what is alpha beta? Product of zeros. That means sum of zeros is equal to product of zeros. What concept we have to use? The relation between the zeros and coefficients. Is it right? So what is alpha plus beta? We already know that alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. So what is a b c? See, whenever this kind of problem comes, if it is for 1 mark, no need to write a b c separately. If you can write it. Okay, if it is for 2 marks, so please write one more sentence over here. A is equal to, what is a? Coefficient of x square. What is b? B is equal to coefficient of x. So what is coefficient of x? It is minus 30. And C is equal to, what is constant? 45k. You should not take 45. Here k means a constant. Okay, 45k. 45k. So now alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. Minus, already minus is there. Now what is b? Minus 30. So it is minus of minus 30 divided by what is a? K. So it is 30 by k. Understood? Now let us see alpha beta, product of zeros, c by a. What is c? C is 45k divided by a. What is a? K. So that is equal to, here when you see 45k by k, k and k gets cancelled, it is 45. Now what is given? Given alpha plus beta is equal to alpha beta. Given alpha plus beta is equal to alpha beta. Okay, so that means 30 divided by k is equal to 45. So when you transpose, since k is in denominator, transpose it to other side. That implies 30 is equal to 45 multiplied by k, and when you transpose 35, since it is in multiplication, it goes to division. 30 divided by 45, that is equal to k. Okay, how you know how to simplify it, right? 15 2s are 30, 15 3s are 45. So therefore k is equal to 2 by 3. Understood, my dear students? So please message, please you can chat, and if you have any doubts in the concepts, please let me know, and go through this problem for half a minute. I'll give you half a minute. Okay, so let us go to the next problem. So now the concept, these are the main concepts. Okay, fine. Now let us go to the, see what the question which I have explained. It is the CBSE 2024 region 5 fifth question. Okay, so I'm not wasting your time. I know the time is very important for you, so please focus and try to do it. And inshallah, if you do all these problems, whatever I am telling you, inshallah 100% the problems will come from these concepts only. Okay, inshallah. Now let us go to the next one. And okay, so these questions, this concept is very important. This concept is very important. If you have any doubt, please chat and please let me know. And you already know my number, right? You can even message me if you have any doubt. I'll explain you. So if alpha and beta are zeros of the polynomial, And those who are new and those who have those who are new to my this one, in the description you will find one Google document. There I have given you lots of problems which are very important, and very important. I have given you only important problems. Okay, I have not given you something out of the box, out of the world questions, out of the universe questions. Okay, so I have given you, I have from so many from question banks I have taken very good questions and concept related questions. If you practice them, inshallah it will be it will be fine. You will get nearly, yeah, you will get nearly good marks, and sorry, 100% marks. And in the description you will find it. Okay, the link of the Google document. Yes, let us go to the next question. If alpha and beta are zeros of the polynomial, okay, what is that? P of x is equal to 2x square minus x minus 1. P of x is equal to 2x square minus x minus 1 is the given polynomial. Okay, fine. Then alpha square plus beta square is equal to, so then alpha square plus beta square is equal to, when this question comes, please do not get panicked. You have, what is that called as identities? We have studied identities in grade 8 and also in 9. What is the identity which is related to square? See, alpha square and beta square we don't know. We know only sum of the zeros, alpha plus beta. Okay, so many students will do mistake that alpha plus beta whole square is equal to alpha square plus beta square. This is wrong. So please don't go with it. Okay, please practice whatever I give you now. So alpha square and beta square, it is related to alpha plus beta whole square, right? So you know only two things, sum of zeros and the product of zeros. Sum of zeros means alpha plus beta, product of zeros is equal to alpha beta. So you know only these two, but you don't know what is alpha square plus beta square. So when you recall the algebraic identity alpha plus beta whole square, alpha plus beta whole square is equal to alpha square plus 2 alpha beta plus beta square. Is it right? And when you transpose this alpha 2 alpha beta to the left hand side, what do you have? Alpha plus beta whole square minus plus 2 alpha beta. When you transpose this to left hand side, it becomes 2 minus 2 alpha beta equals, what is left out? Alpha square plus beta square. And now it's nothing, it is not, this question is not from outside of the universe. See, alpha square and beta square you got. By how? Alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 into alpha beta. And what is alpha plus beta? Sum of zeros. And what is alpha and beta? Product of zeros. So did you understand? Please do not, see, my request, if you are very good in remembering what is that, by hearting the formulas, then it is fine, I don't have any problem. You can by heart this. But if you are not, so just think it is square and square, it is alpha plus beta whole square. Understood, my dear student? And if you transpose, even in examination, if you do, it will not take more than 30 seconds. Okay, more than 15 seconds if you remember this identity. And now alpha square plus beta square is equal to alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta, sum of zeros minus and product of zeros. So let us find out sum of zeros. We know that this question will not be given for 1 mark. It can be given even for 1 mark. If it is given for 1 mark, no need to write the steps. If it is not, then you write this step. We know that alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. And what is ABC? I told you, if it is for 1 mark, no need to write. If it is for 2 marks, you have to write. A is equal to 2 and B is what? Coefficient of x. What is coefficient of x? Minus 1. And what is C? Minus 1. You have to write along with signs. So it is minus B by A. Minus, what is B? Minus 1 by A. 2. So minus of minus, plus 1 by 2. So what is alpha plus beta? 1 by 2. And now what is product of zeros? Product of zeros is C by A. What is C? What is C, my dear students? Minus 1 divided by A, 2. So it is minus 1 by 2. You got alpha plus beta and alpha beta. So let us do now. Alpha square plus beta square is equal to, I don't have place, so I'm doing it over here. Alpha plus, therefore alpha square plus beta square is equal to alpha plus beta whole square. It will be 1 by 2 whole square and minus 2 times alpha beta. Alpha beta is minus 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 whole square is 1 by 4 and minus of minus is plus. 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So what is left out? 1. So 1 by 4 plus 1, it is 1 by 4. So that is equal to 5 by 4 is the answer. So alpha square plus beta square is equal to 5 by 4. I hope you got it. So I'll give you, as usual, 15 seconds. You first listen and then try to do it by your own. Okay, listen my dear students while explaining. Do not try to copy along with me. Now, okay, completed? Yes. So let us see the third concept. Let us see the third concept. What is the third concept? Third question, important question I have seen over here. Yeah, the number of quadratic polynomials having zeros minus 5 and minus 3. See, when you have linear polynomial, how many zeros you will have? Sorry, I'm not talking about zeros. The number of, wait 1 minute. The number of quadratic polynomial having zeros minus 5 and minus 3. So here the next concept is polynomial with alpha and beta. So if anybody asks you to write a polynomial or a quadratic polynomial with zeros, so there is one concept. What is it? It is k times x square minus sx plus p. So it is actually x square minus sum of the zeros into x plus product of zeros. Understood? So k times x square minus sx plus p. It is the polynomial with alpha and beta. So now what is here k? K is any number except 0. Any number, any real number except 0. So it can be, so with alpha and beta, how many polynomials you can make? You can make n number of polynomials, infinite number of polynomials, right? So whenever they ask you, whenever they give you two zeros and ask you how many polynomials it can make, how many quadratic polynomials you can make, so it can be infinite, because k can be is any real number except 0. So how many you can make? You can make n number. For example, I'll tell you here, alpha is equal to minus 5 and beta is equal to minus 3. The question is the number of quadratic polynomials having zeros minus 5 and minus 3. So how many quadratic polynomials you can make? Infinite. For example, I'll tell you. Let us use the formula k times x square minus sum of polynomials. What is sum of polynomials? Minus 5 plus of minus 3 into x plus product. What is product? Minus 5 times minus 3. So it is k times x square, and minus 5 plus of minus 3 plus of minus, it is minus. So when both are negative, you add. 5 plus 3 is 8, therefore it is minus 8. So minus of minus 8 into x. Here it is product, minus into minus plus. 5 3s are 15, plus 15. So it will be k times x square minus of minus plus 8x plus 15. So this is our quadratic polynomial. This is a quadratic polynomial with zeros, minus 5 and minus 3. Now you can substitute k is equal to 1, k is equal to 2, k is equal to 3, so on. K is equal to -1, -2, -3. So if you keep k is equal to 1, the polynomial will be x square plus 8x plus 15. If k is equal to 2, you will get 2x square plus 16x plus 30. And k is equal to 3, 3x square plus 24x plus 45. So in the same way, infinite number of polynomials you will get. Understood, my dear students? So, next question. The degree of polynomial, see, this is one mark MCQ question. Listen carefully. The degree of polynomial having zeros -3 and 4. Is it necessary to do it? No need, right? How many zeros are there? 2 zeros. So 2 zeros you will have for quadratic polynomial. So quadratic polynomial will have, what is the degree of the quadratic polynomial? 2. Good. Now let us go. The next question. Yeah. If one more question based on this. If you are repeating, if you are saying one more time, please go through the video with 1.25x. Understood? It will be slow. So yes, if one of the root of the equation k minus 1 x square, minus 10x plus 3 equal to 0. So what he has given, if one root is reciprocal of other, find the value of k. So what is given? K minus 1 x square minus 10x plus 3 is equal to 0. If one root is reciprocal of the other, so that means and you have to find k. So what is the solution? So let one root is equal to alpha, and what will be the second root? Second root is equal to, it is the reciprocal of other, beta, but it is reciprocal of other. So that means if it is one root is alpha, the second root will be 1 by alpha. Understood now? Simple. Okay. Now here, since this question will not can be asked for 2 marks. So what is a? K minus 1, because it is the coefficient, right? So what is b? B is the coefficient of x, minus 10. And what is c? 3. So you have 3. And now, what is the relation between roots and coefficients? Roots and coefficients is, we know that alpha plus beta sum of zeros is equal to minus b by a. So what is sum? Alpha plus what is beta? 1 by alpha is equal to minus b by a. What is minus b? What is minus b, my dear students? Minus of minus 10 divided by what is a? K minus 1. That is equal to 10 divided by k minus 1. Here alpha plus beta, when you take the LCM, alpha into alpha square plus 1, and when you transpose here one more variable, you will not get with sum of zeros. So let us go with product of zeros. What is alpha into beta is equal to c by a. So that implies alpha into what is beta? 1 by alpha is equal to what is c? What is c here? 3 by a. A is k minus 1. So now alpha and alpha gets cancelled. Understood? So that implies 1 is equal to 3 by k minus 1. 1 is equal to 3 by k minus 1. Transpose this side. So it will be 1 times k minus 1 is equal to 3. So 1 into anything is the same. So that implies k minus 1 is equal to 3. That implies minus 1 when I transpose k is equal to 3 plus 1, that is equal to 4. Understood? So therefore, either you can use sum of the zeros or product of zeros. So don't panic when you get alpha plus 1 by alpha is equal to 10 by k minus 1. Please, I have so many students who do what they do. They take the LCM and they try the whole page for half an hour. And sir, it is you got a quadratic equation in alpha square. So when you get this, do not panic. Leave it and go to product of zeros and you do that. Somewhere you will get the answer. Okay, understood? So CBSE curriculum, CBSE board doesn't want you to do magic. Okay, they want to check the knowledge which you have already learned. Okay, so they'll be giving hot questions or important questions or competency based questions on assertion and reasoning, but within the curriculum, whatever curriculum is there, they will ask you. If you read the textbook, I'm telling you, if you read the textbook and do the exercise problems and examples, that's enough. You can solve any problem. Understood? So NCERT textbooks are so good. They are encyclopedia of mathematics. So it is enough. So my dear students, let us see. Okay. 2024. Find the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. This is textbook question, so I am not going to it. You can check it anywhere or you can do it by yourself. Um, and verify, actually it is verify the relationship x square minus 15 textbook problem. So it is 2024 CBSE problem. Okay, they have given for examination. If the sum of the zeros of the quadratic is 3, no. Yeah, let me do. I get okay. See, this is a case-based study problem. So case-based study you can get in polynomials. So let us see that case-based study, and you would have seen so many places. Okay, so many. If you are what you call as, if you are a YouTube freak who jumps from here and there and who see so many videos or something, you would have seen nowadays there is a problem, dolphin problem. Okay, so the dolphin jumps like that, and therefore I'll tell you. I'll read the problem. So because it is there. In a pool at an aquarium, a dolphin jumps out of the water traveling at 20 centimeters per second. See, whenever you read a question, please write the data. The data is very important. If you do not write the given data, it will be very difficult. So in a pool of an aquarium, a dolphin jumps out of the water traveling at 20 centimeters per second. Yeah, 20 centimeters per second. What is this? It's the speed, right? So speed of a dolphin. Speed is equal to 20 centimeters per second. Okay. After that, its height above water level after t seconds. That means if the height, its height above water level after t seconds is given by h is equal to p of t. H is equal to p of t is equal to 20t minus 16t square. Okay, 20t minus 16t square. So the height the dolphin jumps, it is given by a polynomial 20t minus 16t square, where t is time. Okay, at that particular time, what will be the height of the dolphin? Okay, based on the given information, answer the following questions. Find the zeros of the polynomial. Yeah, find the zeros of polynomial. How will you find the zeros of the polynomial? In order to find the zeros of polynomial, the first question is find the zeros of the polynomial. See, the zeros of the polynomial can be found by two ways. So one is by splitting the middle terms, and the next one is by substituting the values, and the third one is you can find using the quadratic equation formula, minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a, which you are going to see in quadratic equations. Okay, you can do. But here, zeros of the polynomial. Before that, let us see the equation. You have only two terms, 20t minus 16t square. So, in order to find the zeros of the polynomial, you equate the given polynomial to 0. So, that implies 20t minus 16t square is equal to 0. So, now what is common here? 2 and 16. 20, it can be written by 4 into 5. 4 5s are 20. And here it is 4 4s are 16. So, which is common here? 4 is common in both. So, 4 you take common and t is also common. When I take 4 and t, what is left out here? 5 minus, and if I take 4 and 1 of the t, so what is left out? 40 is equal to 0. So what did you get? 40 into 5 minus 40 is equal to 0. So this is one term, this is another term. When you multiply two terms and the answer is 0, what can be the possibilities? That first term first term can be 0 or second term, or both can be 0. So that implies 40 is equal to 0, comma 5 minus 40 is equal to 0. So t is equal to 0 by 4, that is equal to 0. Okay, and here when I transpose minus 40, 5 is equal to 40. And when I transpose 4 this side, 5 by 4 is equal to t. So here you got t is equal to 0. So what are the zeros of the polynomial? T is equal to 0, comma 5 by 4. So that means what, my dear students? That means what? You have two zeros. So that means the polynomial looks like this. And sorry, it doesn't look like this. So it intersects the x-axis at 0, since the 0 of the polynomial is 0 itself. So 0, and the next one is 5 by 4 comma 0. Understood? So this will be the polynomial. Understood, my dear students? From zeros of the polynomial you can understand. Now, what is the next question? Which of the following? Okay, fine. Next up. What would be the value of h at t is equal to 3 by 2? Wait, I have a meeting today. I don't know, messages are coming. Let me check the mail. Yeah. So what would be the value of h at t is equal to 3 by 2? So what did you get? What is the value of h at t is equal to 3 by 2? Okay. It's 10:40. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys, please. Yes. So he is asking to find the value of h, that means height of the dolphin, at t is equal to 3 by 2. Let us find out t is equal to 3 by 2. So since the polynomial is in t, so what is given? H is equal to 20t minus 16t square. Substitute the value of t in it. 20 times 3 by 2 minus 16 times 3 by 2 whole square. Understood? So 2 how many times? 10 times 10 into 3, 30 minus 16 times 3 square is 9 divided by 2 square is 4. So 4 4 is 16. So that is equal to, that implies h is equal to 30 minus 36. 30 minus 36 is minus 6. Since the value is negative at 3 comma 2, at 3 comma 2, the dolphin will be underground. It is well, under the water. Sorry, not underground. Under the water. Understood? So under the water. So that means at 3 by 2 the sorry at 3 by 2 the dolphin is, since h is equal to negative, it is under the sea water level, under the water level. Next, what is the question? How much distance has the dolphin covered before hitting the water level? So that means, what is the distance from here to here? This is what he is asking. What is the distance from distance traveled from this point to this point before hitting the water level? That is what he is asked. What is the value over here? What is the value of t? 5 by 4. So therefore substitute 5 by 4. So when you substitute, for example, t is equal to 5 by 4. Let us see what is the distance, because it is starting from 0. So therefore 20 into 5 by 4 minus 16 into 5 by 4. No, sorry. Astaghfirullah alladhi la ilaha illa huwa. What is the distance? What is the speed? 20 centimeters per second. What is 5 by 4? What is 5 by 4, my dear students? 5 divided by 4. 4 ones are 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. 0.042 is 8. And 2 is the remainder. Already you have kept 0.20. 4 5s are 20. Is equal to 0. So what is the time? 1.25 seconds. It is what? Time is equal to 1.25 seconds. Okay. For 1 second it is 20 centimeters. For 1 second, it is 20 centimeters. So 1.25 seconds is equal to how much? If you know how to do this, just divided by this 1.25 divided by 1 into 20. So that is equal to 1.25 into 20. So it is 1.25 into 2. It is 2.5. How many times? It is 12.5 into 2. So that is equal to 25 centimeters. So what is the distance traveled? So distance traveled is 25 centimeters. Distance, when you say the distance, it is the shortest one. It is not the longest one. Now, one more here. Yesterday when I was seeing the problem, somewhere I found what is the maximum height. What is the maximum height achieved by the dolphin? See, it is very simple. Since it is a parabola, you can take it as just the maximum height is at the half point. Okay. What is the time over here? 0 plus 4 by 2. 4 by 4 by 2. So that is equal to 5 by 8, right? So you substitute 5 by 8 over here. 5 by 8. 5 by 8 means what? 5 divided by 8. 8 6 are 48. 120. 8 2s are 16. 140. 8 5s are 40. So it is 0.625. Is it right? So you substitute. So the same way, 1 second, 20. What is that? Yeah, 1 second, 20 centimeters. So 0.625. How much is the distance? You will get the speed. Or the formula for maximum height. And the formula for maximum height is minus b by 2a. Minus b by 2a. That will be the that will get you the time, maximum time, and you will get the answer. Okay, just find it out. Now, so you have seen, let me see one more question if you have important questions. I think this is it. Please go through and I'll give you some more problems which are related to alpha square plus beta square like that. So problems I'll give you, you please do it. And yes, I did not get any over here. No. So in this chapter in polynomials, these are the concepts. So please go through it and please do the problems which I add in the Google documents and try to do it. Inshallah, all the points will be covered. Okay. Anything else, my dear students? If you have any doubt, you can message me. And if you don't have, wait for my message. And inshallah, or see if anybody is new, please subscribe and what that bell icon you press it, because whenever I send a notification, it is not about the normal likes, share and subscribe. That will be at the last of the video. But now, if whoever is new, you just what you do, just subscribe and click the notification button, because I will be sending today one more video and one more video live. And if you have any doubts, you can send me message to my WhatsApp also. It's I those who are new, it is 000971521247969. So you can send me message. I will respond to your doubts. Okay, inshallah. So take care. Bye. And the last word: like, share, and subscribe. Okay. Yes. Bye, bye, beta. Any doubts? Shall I wait for your answer? Okay, so no doubts. So you can now, if you understood this concept, you can do any problem in given in polynomials. Okay, take care. Bye bye.